Welcome back to Infinite Garage. Quick question before we get into today's video. When's the last time your AC actually felt cold? Like, genuinely, roll up the windows, blast it on max, feel it in your bones cold. Because if you're sitting there thinking, man, my AC's been kind of weak lately, or it runs fine but just doesn't hit like it used to, I'm willing to bet your problem has nothing to do with refrigerant, nothing to do with your compressor, and nothing to do with anything expensive. It comes down to one small, cheap, wildly overlooked filter that most drivers don't even know exists. And here's the wild part. Most mechanics won't tell you about it either, because it's so easy to replace yourself that there's literally no money in it for them. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, your AC is going to thank you. Alright, so let's talk about this filter. It's called the cabin air filter. And before some of you go, yeah, I know what that is, just hold on, because knowing it exists and actually understanding what it does, how badly it affects your AC when it's clogged, and how to replace it yourself in about 5 minutes, that's a completely different conversation. So here's the deal. Your car's HVAC system, that's your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. It pulls air from outside your vehicle, conditions it, and pushes it through your vents. Simple enough. But before that outside air gets into your cabin, it passes through the cabin air filter. That filter is catching dust, pollen, debris, exhaust particles, bugs, leaves, all the gross stuff floating around while you're cruising down the highway. Over time, and we're talking anywhere from 15,000 to 25,000 miles typically, that filter gets absolutely packed. It looks like something you pulled out of a vacuum cleaner that's been running for 3 years straight. And here's where it directly kills your AC. When that filter is clogged, airflow through your HVAC system drops dramatically. Your blower motor is working harder than it should. Your evaporator, which is the component that actually cools the air, isn't getting proper airflow across it. So even if your refrigerant is at perfect levels, even if your compressor is running great, the cold air just can't push through efficiently. What you get is weak, lukewarm air trickling out of your vents while you're sweating through a Texas summer going 70 on the interstate. Not a great situation. Now here's something that always blows people's minds when I tell them. A lot of folks will notice their AC isn't cooling well, take it to a shop, and the shop puts it on a machine, checks the refrigerant, maybe does a quick diagnostic, doesn't find anything obviously wrong, and then goes, well, might be time for a recharge. And look, sometimes that's true. But I've seen people spend $150, $200 on an AC recharge when all they needed was a $15 cabin air filter. That's the kind of thing that just drives me crazy because it's such a simple fix. So here's what I want you to do. Let's figure out if this is your problem. The signs are actually pretty obvious once you know what you're looking for. First, weak airflow. Your fan is set to high, you can hear the blower running, but the air coming out of the vents feels like someone blowing through a straw. That's a classic clogged filter symptom. Second, musty or funky smell when you turn on the AC. When a cabin filter is saturated with moisture and debris over time, it can start to grow mold and bacteria. So if your car smells like a wet gym bag, the second you flip on the air, your filter is probably long overdue. Third, increased fan noise. Your blower motor is working against a restriction. You might notice it sounds louder or strains more at higher settings. And fourth, just dusty, dirty air. If you've been sneezing more in the car or you notice more dust settling on your dashboard, that's another tell. Now let's talk about where this filter lives and how you change it, because this is the part where most people are genuinely shocked at how easy it is. On the vast majority of vehicles, and we're talking Camrys, F-150s, Civics, Silverados, RAV4s, Accords, Explorers, most modern vehicles, the cabin air filter is located right behind your glove box. That's it. No tools, no lifting the hood, no getting underneath the car, just your glove box. Here's the general process, and it takes about 5 minutes. Open your glove box, empty it out if there's stuff in there. On most vehicles, there are small stoppers or tabs on the sides that limit how far the glove box opens. You're going to squeeze those tabs inward, or on some vehicles, push them outward, and let the glove box door drop all the way down. Behind it, you'll see a rectangular plastic housing. That's your filter housing. There's usually a tab or a latch on it. Open it up, slide out the old filter, and just take a look at it. Seriously, if it's gray, packed, matted with debris, that thing has been suffocating your AC system for probably tens of thousands of miles. Slide the new one in. Make sure you're going in the right direction. There's usually an arrow on the filter indicating airflow direction. Click the housing back, fold the glove box back up, and you're done. That's it. Now, specific steps can vary slightly by vehicle. Some older trucks have the filter under the hood near the base of the windshield. Some European cars put it in a slightly different spot. But honestly, a quick search of cabin air filter location plus your year, make, and model will pull up a specific video in about 2 seconds. The general process, though, almost always that simple. Let me also just touch on filter quality for a second, because not all filters are created equal. You've got your basic particulate filters. Those are your standard, affordable option, and they do the job well. Then you've got activated carbon or charcoal filters, which are a step up. Those don't just block particles, they also absorb odors and gases. So if you live in an area with a lot of traffic, pollution, or you've been dealing with that musty smell, the carbon filter is worth the extra few bucks. We're talking maybe $20 to $30 versus $10 to $15 for a standard filter. For the difference it makes, it's an easy upgrade. Replacement interval. Follow your owner's manual, but as a general rule, every 15,000 to 25,000 miles, or once a year if you're in a dusty environment or drive a lot. If you've got allergy sufferers in the car, or you've got kids who are sensitive to air quality, lean toward the shorter end of that range. It's a cheap filter. Don't overthink it. If you found this helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow and helps more people find videos like this one. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe because we put out automotive content every week that's made for real people who want to take better care of their vehicles without getting ripped off. And if you want to keep the momentum going, I've got a video coming up on the next most overlooked thing killing your AC system. You're not going to want to miss that one. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care of your car, and I'll see you there.